Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday 10 with Cad Chica Sports. I am your host, Sunny Cadwallader. Tuesday 10 is a quick 10-minute chat with leaders and up-and-comers in the world of sports, from media, broadcasting, business marketing, social media, and more. And I am very excited to bring my guest tonight from the world of social media. You could say it's social media, not just sports, but also in the business world as well. Please welcome in my guest, Josh Decker. Hey, Josh, how are you?
I'm doing really great. I'm really glad to be here. And that was quite the intro. I don't know that I could memorize that so well. So you've obviously done this a few times before.
Just a little bit. I might not have that Whitworth education like you, but I can do a few things here or there. Why don't you give everybody a quick bio about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Josh Decker. I'm the founder and CEO of Tagboard. And I'm a Seattle boy, born and raised. I've always lived in Washington. I went to school in Spokane, Washington, got a business degree with a computer science minor at Whitworth College. Now it's Whitworth University, but all my stuff's at Whitworth College. So uh, And in 2000, about 2010, I got this crazy idea about the hashtag being a great way to break down walls and connect communities together. And in 2011, founded Tagboard along with a couple other guys, and now we're up to 15, actually 16 now full-time employees and teammates, and we've had a lot of fun building a very cool hashtag-powered tool over the last few years, and we've had a lot of fun and a lot of success, and it's been quite the ride so far.
It's been fun to watch the growth of the company. I mean, I think we've been connected probably about a year and a half, maybe two at the most, through Twitter, through a hashtag SM Sports or SM Sports Chat. So I've seen the way that Tagboard has seized upon hashtags growth. What are a few of the businesses or sports teams and leagues that the company works with?
Well, I will say that the very first customer that we got was inbound, and when I describe some of the things that we do, one of the things I will say is that over 90% of the business and the customers that we're working with now are all through organic word of mouth and just referrals and things like that. So it's been really cool. We haven't really spent much money in outbound marketing to date. We've really just grown organically. The Seahawks and Mariners here in Seattle, the
Yay!
University of Washington. And we also work with Microsoft, Boeing, Intel, Alaska Airlines, a lot of the local Northwest companies. But internationally, we work with EPL teams like Southampton FC and Everton FC. We work with professional teams in every single league out there, from NBA, NHL, NFL. We've got several teams signing up for us this year for the NFL that we'll be announcing really soon.
Oh, you don't want to announce it on the show, Josh? Come
I
on.
don't know that I can do that yet. Close though. But the fun part about it for us, we work with over 100 NCAA schools, and we also work with the NCAA directly. And so the sports part of our business has really flourished, and it's really been from organic success and people having fun with it and seeing it at other stadiums, and then calling us up after a team visits another team and they're running Tagboard, and they see the social impact that it has, and we're seeing in many cases a 10x increase from teams using Tagboard to teams not using Tagboard. So
Right.
that's 1,000% increase in social engagement. And it really is, our clients have called it the on-off switch for social engagement. So they put Tagboard up on the screen at the Mariners games, and they see a 10x increase instantly. People posting great photos, and it's really positive conversation that's meant to drive conversation that's not this one-to-one relationship, like you're uploading it to a proprietary app or texting in a photo or a message. It's going out to the people that you influence, and it's really creating this valuable community. And at the heart of what Tagboard is creating community. And in fact, the very root of what we designed Tagboard to be was 100% focused on just a community building tool. And only after we started getting going and building the business that we realized, wow, there's a lot of value here on the enterprise side as well, so let's build out custom screens. Like, actually, Audi was the first company to come to us and say, we love what you're doing here on the web, but we want to somehow integrate it into our displays at these international auto shows.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple of years ago, we built a really custom display for them, and then after the success of that, we launched with the Mariners, and then now we're with 100 plus other teams running us all over the world, and it's hard for me to even keep up with it now, and it's been quite a wild ride. But the heart of it really is community, and really building community around a group of people who are at an event who share the same passion, and also allowing them to connect with the community that can't be at the game or can't be at the event.
Exactly.
There's a lot. It goes way beyond just events too, because businesses, like I mentioned before, the Microsofts, Intel's, Alaska Airlines, Nestle, others have been using us to use Tagboard as a way to connect and drive conversation within their awesome communities.
Now, I think you basically answered my my second question, which was how does Tagboard help businesses, teams, and leagues? But I think you have a few screen shares that you wanted to bring into the conversation.
So just a real quick walkthrough here. Let's see if I can do this right. Let me know if you can see it.
Okay.
Okay, so Tagboard really is a tool for every fan touch point, and it's not It's not just for sports. Can you see it okay?
Yep, we're good.
Okay. So everything from website embedding with curation, of course. We understand that safe social is really important. So nothing will show up on that website unless you've curated the content. You can also embed our mobile feed or our API into mobile web and mobile applications. So a lot of teams who have their custom apps can just pull in our API and bring in that feed. We also do stadium displays, both on the big level out in the field, like you see here. This is a tiny picture, but that's Everton FC out of the EPL, concourses, and also we have in just January we purchased a company called TV Interact, and we're doing a whole lot of stuff all over the world with television stations, large and small, and networks as well, to drive social engagement through television.
That's rock star Jenny Hogan, huh?
Yeah, Jenny Hogan, she's awesome, and so here's a couple things that we've shown, different screen shares, or sorry, not screen shares, but stadium screens. Nebraska, Stanford. We work with a whole bunch of the teams from the Big 12, like Texas and TCU, SMU, Baylor, and obviously the Bruins did really well this year. The San Francisco Giants, one of our Major League Baseball teams, are using us in stadium, and we've seen really good results. And obviously, one of my favorite ones was the Final Four this year. We do a lot of stuff for the NCAA. We did all of their championship series this season. So Final Four, the Frozen Four, some of the other ones like College World Series. And then we've really seen some great results. One of the best case studies that I've seen is Jordan, who leads digital over at Michigan, used us for the first time this year. And I got this flurry of messages and mentions and all caps mode messages coming through, and I was like, uh-oh, what's wrong? But it was actually really good stuff. He's like, man, we're trending #2 nationally. And for us, it was really cool to see a stadium with around 4,000 or 5,000 people in it.
Oh yeah.
#2 nationally, literally within about 15 minutes of them turning Tagboard on during pregame. So the impact that we have is really tangible, and it's something that we've seen results in every market, whether it's let's see here, let me turn the screen share off. Okay, there we go. Now I'm back.
Good.
So across all the different people that we work with, whether it's a Microsoft store opening in New Jersey with a Macklemore concert, or sports events, or large conferences, like we did Social Media Week was a really big one for us this year, where we end up making these trends around the nation at the national level, and even in some cases internationally. We did a project with the boy band One Direction last year, and they trended at the top 10 hashtags of the day. 7 of them were powered by Tagboard through a live feed that we did from YouTube Space LA. So it was really great, and the best part about this is everyone involved has a lot of fun with our product. The people who are doing the behind-the-scenes work, it's a very easy-to-use product. I think it's a beautiful design. Our design team has done an amazing job making this really not an overwhelming process, but a really fun and easy process to find and curate the best content. The viewers and the contributors to that conversation have a whole lot of fun too, because it's kind of like gamification of sorts, where they can try to get their message through. And it's interesting too, because when people are purposely posting content to try to join a larger conversation, typically quite a bit more positive than they normally are. Case in point, a team that we work with could be losing the game, and the content coming through to be curated to the screen is still check me out at my kid's first baseball game, or look at my Dippin' Dots, or I'm a fan till I die, win, lose, or draw, that type of stuff. It's really great because it has a really positive effect, and the quality of conversation is really high, and we do a great job of helping teams and clients of all sizes fix that whole signal-to-noise ratio problem, which allows them to really find and curate the signal, and in doing so, it encourages the creation of more quality content, because it's kind of like, people replicate what they see, and they see really great stuff happening.
Yep.
They want to partake in that and participate, and they're going to try to emulate that. So it's really fun, and it's a really great way to encourage a really fun, safe social engagement, and also reward the fan for doing so. And if you're a Boston Bruins fan and you post a really great picture or tweet, you might be featured on their homepage, and you might be featured on the screen at the next time you go to that game. And it's really that same type of effect that you have as a fan when your favorite team retweets you, or puts your face on the monitor or on the jumbotron through the fan cam. It's that same type of reaction. And we also see a really fun thing happen, which is when that does happen, then they take a picture of that, and then they post that photo, and then it kind of has this really fun. We call that tagboardception, is when people post pictures of their picture on tagboard, and then it kind of creates this fun little viral loop. And again, it's just really, we have a great time with building our product. We're really proud of it. We have a lot of fun working with the teams that we work with, and we really count it as an honor and a privilege to be in the position we are right now.
Just wanted to bring in a couple of quick comments. Scott Scowcroft, he is a Seattle guy too, and so he said it's great to see Josh Decker from Seattle. And then we had a question from Debbie Davis, and I could answer it, but you know more about the product than I do.
Yeah.
Are messages manually monitored in real time, or is the display pre-programmed?
So it is all for stadium displays specifically, and even embedding. Nothing shows up there unless it's curated, but it is near real time. So I have personally seen photos and tweets go into the system from the time that person hits submit on their phone. It can be on the screen within seconds, but there is a layer of safety there, obviously, because guess what? You have fans from the other team in the stadium most of the time, and they typically aren't going to have the same type of nice things to say, especially if it's the Seahawks and the team
49ers.
Crush, So
49ers.
Yeah, we do pride ourselves in making that process really easy, but we do obviously. There are some cases though. I can think of one case in particular, which is Vice magazine used us at South by Southwest for a party, and they didn't want any curation at all. They wanted it to be completely live, and they actually started high-fiving each other, getting excited about when some of the racy stuff started getting posted up on there, because so it really depends on how you want to use it. 95% of the time, probably it's curated and there's a manual layer in there. But for a wedding or a birthday party or some smaller, more private, trusted environment, then you can just turn it on and have fun with it, and you can just sit back and have fun with it and watch the cool content show up.
Yeah, it really does come down to strategy and how you want to use it, how you want to incorporate it into your overall strategy with your hashtags, which reminds me of a question. Let's see if I can work this, the screen share this time, Josh. Can you see that question from our friend Tom Buheim? How can brands, sports, and others use UGC, which is user-generated content, to drive deeper engagement, connections, and go beyond the number?
Well, I view the hashtag as a great way to connect with that fan. Connect with that, whether it's a fan of I'm there at the Titan Fall Xbox launch at the Microsoft store, or I'm at a Seahawks game. That hashtag, I call it the glue that kind of bonds a fan and the team together and really creates a really great experience that can lead to greater loyalty. So it really is a great way for a fan to enter the conversation. And the reason I think it works really well is because there's really no barrier to entry. You can use any social network you want. Obviously, any of the main ones, Google Plus, which we're on YouTube right now. So Facebook, Instagram, Vine, Twitter, obviously is very important. And the fan can pull out their phone and use whatever social network they really feel most comfortable with or most appropriate for the conversation. And they don't have to download anything. They don't have to sign up for anything. They don't have to give anyone their email address or opt into anything. They can just jump into the conversation. It's really an inviting process, and in doing so, it's that initial engagement, which is so rewarding for the fan, that I believe that if we were to look at that fan's engagement with a team over time after they've had that first initial hashtag-based experience, that they're going to have a greater bond with that team and higher level of loyalty. So that's really what I think happens, is that it's just a great way to start that relationship off. It's like the handshake, and fans are so proud to wear their badges. I mean, like I walk around with my Super Bowl, media day jacket on, and my Seahawks gear, or my Mariners hat. I'm wearing that badge because I'm truly a fan. And the hashtag is really the digital version of me as a fan wearing a badge. I'm adding it to my conversation and my posts and my photos. And in many cases here, we actually have a whole bunch of jerseys on our wall that have hashtags on them from the teams that we work with. And so people can actually wear their hashtags now if they get a custom jersey. But for us, that's really what it comes down to, is you're enabling that conversation, and that I as a fan can shake the hand of the Seahawks account, and I can, as a fan, can interact with that store that I'm going into with a retail display, or if I'm flying on Alaska Airlines and I want to, they have the napkins that say I fly Alaska on them, and if you post a picture, you're going to get curated most of the time onto that AlaskaAirlines.com embedded tag board. And so it's a really great way for me to say, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm going to fly Alaska this time because I had such a great experience last time, and they rewarded me as a fan, that my loyalty now is, it's like, I might not fly United. I'm going to fly Alaska this time. So it's really hard to measure and track that, of course, but we do believe that there's really great feedback from our clients across the board at the results that has.
Yeah, it can drive an experience, which is what you're talking about. You make that connection, you give your customer or your fan an experience, a positive experience, and who knows what happens down the road with that future relationship. And I've got my only T-shirt. I think I have 2 shirts that are Mariners related. Josh and I are both Mariners fans, so I wanted to bring this in. It's the original King Felix's Court shirt. It's the original one. No hashtag though.
I just to let you guys know, I did call pre-season before the season started. I called the Mariners Giants World Series, and my second favorite team in baseball is the Giants, and so I'd be pretty happy to. I was a huge Will Clark fan growing up, and so I think that would be a really great thing to see. The Mariners are doing really well. I think it's almost like the hangover from the Super Bowl hasn't left yet, because the Sounders are on top of the MLS. Yes. We've got so much to be proud of here in Seattle. And obviously,
the state, come on now, the state of Washington.
Of course, the state, and the whole Northwest, really. We have fans from, Seattle teams have fans from as far as Missoula, Montana, and parts of Oregon, and so it's really been fun, and we're really happy to, now if we can just get an NBA team back here and maybe a hockey team, then I don't know if we can handle it. Really.
Sonics, we need the Sonics back up here.
It's actually a personal goal of mine in life, is to make enough money in my life that I can go fly in a plane to Oklahoma City and come back with the Sonics with me. That would be a dream come true for a lot of Seattle people. I hope that's on the bucket list of every Seattle-based business person, by the way.
There you go. I was a Phoenix.
We all teamed up, maybe we could pull it off.
Yeah, I was a Phoenix Suns fan growing up, so I remember those rivalries between the Suns and the Sonics. So that we missed those. We definitely missed those. Well, we blew way past the 10-minute mark. Josh was okay with it beforehand. You're listening to Tuesday 10 with Cad Chica Sports. I have one more question for Josh, and this is kind of away from the tag board talk. I know community and giving back is really important to you, Josh, and I'm assuming that it's important to tag board. What are some of the ways that you or tag board are giving back to the community? Because that's something that I believe in with all my heart.
Well, at the base level, we believe that Tagboard has value to every person out there that has any touch point with social media. If you're just a fan or you're just doing some research or looking for ways to discover new content, we designed Tagboard to be a free tool for end users and communities. So if anyone in the world can go and register a hashtag on Tagboard, you can curate content, you can brand it, you can put your links up there, you can put your avatar and header images and things, and really kind of create that community. That's a free value. And then just a couple of weeks ago, we launched that free level product actually gets you a lot more than it used to, including embedding. And we have a WordPress plugin and other easy ways to do that. A step up above that is that we work with organizations, big and small, nonprofits all over the world, and we typically offer either a heavily discounted price. In some cases, it's free. We work with people like United Way. We work with Medical Teams International. We work with a whole bunch of, I can't even think of some of the bigger ones that we work with. We even work with quite a few different states in the country for different campaigns and things that we really do believe that we are building something that has like social for good. We don't want to just create this marketing tool and be pushing the corner of this enterprise focused thing. We actually want to provide more value, not just the end user, but organizations big and small. And that's why we've had so much success across colleges and other civic organizations, is because of our heart and a core value of us here at Tagboard is to drive civic value for communities all around the world. And so that's something that we look to do more of, and it's been one of the most rewarding parts about what we've done. And I'll tell one quick story, is that we've even seen people use Tagboard to remember people who have died, and they have had rest in peace hashtags for their friends to pass away.
Oh, wow.
For weddings and bar mitzvahs. And one of the most things that actually had a really profound effect on me was that somebody used the hashtag Save Danielle down in Dallas. And Chris Yates, actually, some of you guys know him, set this Tagboard up, and they went from having about 100 or so people scheduled to come give blood and donate to this cause to having several thousand people coming. It was trending all over Texas, and even Troy Aikman came to the event as a result. And today, Danielle is cancer-free, and it's a really great story. Now, we just played a very small part. All we did was connect everyone together. We didn't do anything other than be the conduit for them to do something really valuable and good together. But that's the whole goal that we have as a company, is to be that conduit, that glue that pulls communities together. Whether it's something as great as helping someone raise money and awareness for a cancer patient, all the way up to Fortune 100 companies using us for major campaigns globally. Like we just launched a couple days ago with Nike and did a big global campaign with them. So it's really, that whole thing is just about pulling people together and empowering them to really is empowering communities and brands to empower the end user, the everyday person, the person that's following them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, etc., to add value, to join the conversation, and to feel like they really truly are a part of the community.
I got chills when you were telling me that story, and that's what I love. That's what I love about what I've seen. Yes, I've seen the growth, but I love the heart behind it all. So thank you for sharing that story. Thank you for joining the show. Why don't you let everybody know how they can connect with you, and as well as connect with Tagboard?
Yeah. Well, probably the easiest way to connect with me is to follow me on Twitter. My handle is @JDBT. And obviously @Tagboard is our company handle. You can go to tagboard.com. You can register hashtags. You can check it out. I'd love to have you guys give me some feedback. And we just launched a new website about 2 weeks ago. Lots of new features and a lot of fun stuff there. And really just appreciate the time today. And if you guys have any questions about the service, you can certainly contact us through our website as well. And we'd love to hear from you.
And thanks again to Josh for joining us. And you can find the latest from me on CadChicaSports.com. Follow me on Twitter at CadChica, or Instagram @CadChica as well. Tune in next week, and we will go back to probably the 10-minute format.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
No way. I keep getting told that I need to go to like Tuesday 20 or Tuesday 30. So it's okay, Josh. No worries.
I think you should just keep it just open and fun.
Tuesday whatever. There we go.
Tuesday whatever is great. I like it.
Join me next week when I will be joined by the social media manager from the PGA, Lauren Teague. And until then, we will talk to you later and keep enjoying your sports.